All right, off we go. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio. I'm Ryan Hartson. Good to be in today. On the program today, the Bulls. Okay. How about those Bulls? Losing overtime to the Heat last night. We'll get to that. Also, the Western Conference Finals will wrap up tonight with the Mavericks beating the Thunder. You would think. I think both these series are over. We'll be breaking that down in a couple segments for you today, an Eastern Conference segment and a Western Conference segment. But, yes, today there's a but. It's a full-fledged Ryan Hartson show today. 3 segments breaking down the series and then this topic just across the wire, I believe a few hours ago. Mike Brown, yes, that Mike Brown, is the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Holy crap. When I saw that come across, I was like, now that's a hire. That is a very, very good hire because he was part of the blueprint that that worked okay in Cleveland with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. One elite player, a bunch of beyond mediocre role players, and you go to an NBA Finals and a couple of conference finals. I mean, he was great. He was the ultimate more with less NBA head coach. You've got one superstar. Now, LeBron James obviously is all-world, the best player in the NBA, was even in those days, and especially is now. But in those days, he was still one of the best players in the NBA, if not the best player, and not a lot of talent around him. And they won 60 games back-to-back years and went to an NBA Finals and got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, there's that. But teams that were much more talented. They just ran into more talented teams. I mean, at the end of the day, Mike Brown did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. You know, you ran into more talented teams, the Cavs did. They ran into the Celtics, they ran into the Magic, teams that actually had real depth, real talent, as opposed to one guy and a bunch of guys you never heard of. LeBron was as dominant as you could possibly be, but at the end of the day, one player is just not enough, no matter how great that one player is. Remember, even Michael Jordan did not win a championship by himself. He had Scottie Pippen. He had Dennis Rodman. He had an excellent supporting cast. Those were some of the greatest teams in NBA history that won titles in Chicago. And now, obviously, LeBron has his talent around him. And looks like they're going to win an NBA title this year, maybe. Definitely going to be in the finals. That series over against the Bulls. As I said, we'll get to that. And now Mike Brown gets his talent. He finally gets the talent that he needs. He's got Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, Andrew Bynum, an old Derek Fisher. You figure they'll get a new guard, a new point guard. Won't be Kyrie Irving, unfortunate. You might get Dwight Howard next year. Hey, that's a talented Laker team. And, is he Phil Jackson? Absolutely not. But who is? Who is Phil Jackson? Nobody. Phil Jackson's only equal in the NBA right now is, Doc Rivers. And Doc only has 1 ring. So, and you don't know what you have out of these other guys. And, Mike Brown, unfortunately for actually the Chicago Bulls is they followed the Cleveland Cavaliers model. Get one superstar and a head coach that is defensively minded. And, don't put any offensive talent around him. That's the Bulls' problem. That was the Cavs' problem. I've made this comparison. Okay? The Bulls' number one quality is that they play really hard. The Cavs' number one quality, Mike Brown's Cavs' number one quality is they play really hard. So the Lakers, this new-look Lakers team that you're going to see next year, by my estimation, is a team that you're going to see that is going to, for a change, as opposed to Phil Jackson's teams, come out and play hard every single night, give it all they got every single night because he's a different kind of motivator than Phil Jackson is. They're going to give full effort for an 82-game regular season. They're going to play unbelievable defense. Kobe Bryant's going to do what he has to do. And, if some of that other talent can come to fruition and if they can get a little younger, the Lakers will definitely stay a team to be reckoned with Mike Brown. You figure they got to hire the right guy. And I said this. I said, why can't Phil Jackson retired? Why can't they hire Mike Brown? They can, and they did. Mike Brown, the head coach of the Lakers, it's awesome. I love the hire. I was always high on Mike Brown. I think he is a fantastic head coach. I mean, when you're winning 60 games, 65 games with guys like, Anderson Varejao, Mo Williams, Anton Jameson, like Shaq when he's really old, like that's not a team. That's not a great team. And they won 60 games. That's actually the team. The team with Anton Jameson actually lost in the conference. Actually, lost in the conference semifinals. The team the year before, where Mo Williams was the second best player and Anderson Varejao, frankly, was the third best player, which is kind of pathetic. Um, you know, they're the team that lost in the conference final to the Magic because the Magic just had it that year and the Cavs never had it. And as I said, this worked out. The Cleveland thing, I don't care what anybody says about LeBron leaving and all this nonsense that I'm going to get to in the next segment. But honestly, the Cleveland deal worked out really sweet for everybody. Mike Brown is with the Lakers, the best organization in pro basketball, the best organization to work for. They will always get you great players. I mean, as soon as Magic retired, they had Shaq, almost. Kobe, not too far behind. They went and got Pau Gasol for Kobe. And Kobe, despite what we think of Pau Gasol now, which isn't much, but Pau Gasol was a key factor of teams that went to 3 straight NBA Finals. Whatever you think of him now, he was great those 3 years. LeBron in Miami, not too much there, right? He's pretty good. The rest of the team is awesome. And they might win a title. So it worked out really well for LeBron. And in Cleveland, you got 2 of the first 5 picks in the draft. It's not bad. Kyrie Irving, Derek Williams, maybe be your 2 picks there. You never know. Those are good picks. Those aren't, neither of them will be LeBron James. By any stretch of the imagination will anyone think that. But, maybe a couple of guys that could gel, get together, and maybe develop into something. I don't know. And you have to ask yourself if you have the right coach there. And, you don't know what's going on. Cleveland might be in a position to win soon. You never know. Depends on what they do. The Lakers are always going to win. And the Heat are on the verge of becoming with this win, with this title, they could be taking steps towards a championship. So the Cleveland thing really worked out for everyone. Really did. Really worked out for everyone. LeBron got what he wanted. Mike Brown is with the Lakers, which, that's what you need. Mike Brown, you're with the Lakers now. Mike Brown's going to win a ton of games. That team is going to win games. He knows how to get players ready to play. He's going to win 60 games next year, you would figure. Kobe's going to have a good year. He'll figure out how to micromanage Kobe because he was able to micromanage LeBron very well. So he'll be able to micromanage Kobe very well because, I don't know about that. Kobe is both are huge personalities, obviously, but Kobe is considerably more egotistical and outgoing about being egotistical. LeBron is, yes, extremely egotistical, but at the same time, he is very, very passive-aggressive about it. And you don't know how Mike Brown is going to react to the in-your-face mentality of Kobe Bryant, because Kobe Bryant is all bite. He has an extremely strong bark, an extremely strong bite, and no soft side. There is nothing, hi, how are you, I'm Kobe Bryant, about him. There is just the bite and the bark, and that's it. How are you going to deal with that? Phil did it extremely well because Phil had the shock collar, if you will, because Phil knew how to get it done because he's the Zen Master. The Zen Master will always handle those guys. How's Mike Brown going to do it? I don't know. That's just one of the questions that we have. But Mike Brown, great hire. The Lakers did a fantastic job with this. I love Mike Brown. I think he's excellent, and I'm happy that he ended up with the Lakers. This is just a great fit for everyone, is it not? Like I said, one more time, just so everybody understands. LeBron in Miami, they're going to win a title. That's great. Cleveland's going to get 2 of the first 4 picks in the draft. That's great. Mike Brown is with the Lakers. How awesome. So the 3 places that mattered in the decision in July are now satisfied. Mike Brown is satisfied with the Lakers. LeBron is satisfied. And Cleveland, you might not be satisfied, but you can't satisfy those people. But I think if Kyrie Irving turns into, a fraction of what LeBron is, I think you'd be satisfied. So, there you go. Good stuff. All right, we will move on now after that short segment. Bulls Heat played last night. The Bulls, get run over in overtime. Business as usual in the NBA. We'll talk about it next. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on BWC Internet Radio.